Hello friends, today we will see functional interface interview questions all in Java 8. What are the all functional interface interview questions? So what is functional interface? Example, functional interface is has exactly one public abstract method. If we open edge provider is the functional interface which is annotated with @functional interface annotation and it is having is public abstract method. Even if it is not written public abstract here, public bstr abstract, then by default it is public abstract, so writing this one is redundant. Okay, we should not write it. So it is having exactly one public abstract method. Perfect. Then next, public abstract are written by default, okay, or interface methods. No need to add it. If you add it, then you will get message as redundant methods. Okay. So at that functional interface annotation is not mandatory. We can remove it also. We can remove this annotation also because it is having only one single abstract method. So it is not mandatory, but it is very good practice to add this annotation. Okay. As long as interface is having single abstract method, it is perfectly allowed, but we should add that annotation at that functional interface to mark that one as functional interface. Okay. Because if we don't mark this as functional interface, then we keep adding get name uh, here, void get name, right? So we keep adding and we will not able to achieve the functional interface functionality in this interface, because this interface will be treated as normal interface. As soon as we add this annotation, we will get compile time error. Hey, you are saying this is a functional interface and you have adding two methods, so that is not allowed, right? So that's why. Then functional interface can have n number of default methods. If we open this functional interface, this is functional interface, and we can have is adult, default void print name, my name is Java from, like this. You can have n number of default methods, no problem at all. Then default method functional interface can have a number of default methods. Default methods can be overridden inside implementing class. So see, this is functional interface. Okay, I will tell you. This is personal function interface, and which is having the implementation class. Okay, employee implements functional interface, person function interface. Okay, and in this method, what it is showing, default method can be override inside the implementing class. So we can implement the default method here. Okay, so let's say this is print name, right? So we can override it, functional interface dot super dot print name, or suppose we don't want this name, then we can override it, uh, this is my own implementation of default method inside employee implementation class. And suppose we want to get this name, right? So go to here. Where is the this one? Okay, this is okay. So here, yes, is out dot print name. Perfect. So it will print our name. Okay. So it is not returning anything. So okay, inside print name itself we have added a statement. So let me run it. So we can override that one in implementing class, right? So this is interface belong to human being. This is my own implementation of default method inside employee implementation class, right? We got this output. Perfect. Next, what is there for functional interface? Default method can be overridden inside the implementation class if they want to implement it, but not mandatory. Implementation of default method is optional. Okay. So we can say if we implement it, then fine. No, not implementing, then also it is fine. Perfect. Then superclass will superclass print name method will run here. My name is Java prompt client, right? So that is perfectly fine. Static method inside an interface is belong to that interface and not instance level. Static method cannot be overridden. So a functional interface can have static methods. If we see this, here static method is added, right? Static info method is added, but static method we cannot override in our employee class because see info static method cannot be overridden. If we remove this one, then what error we will get? Method does not override method from its superclass. Okay, so we should not override, we cannot override, static methods. And static method belong to that interface. That should be called using the interface name. So info is the static method. So here we are calling person functional interface, right? Personal function interface dot info. 1 minute. Person function interface string info, right? Okay, that will be called using interface name dot info. Perfect. So what is written in info? This interface belong to human being. This output we should get it here. We already called it here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we are getting that output. So if more than one abstract method are added, then compiler will throw error like below. Compile time error we will get. Multiple non-overriding abstract method found in person functional interface. If we had more than one abstract method, okay, let's go to this person functional interface and we have already one abstract method inside this age provider. Okay, get age method is already there, and let's say we are adding one more abstract method here. Uh, Void uh, get address. So we will get compile time error itself. Multiple non-overriding abstract method found in person functional interface. So we should not add, you know, multiple abstract methods inside functional interface. Okay, can a functional interface extend another functional interface? Yes, a functional interface can extend another functional interface. If we see this is one person functional interface in one functional interface, and each provider is another functional interface, and this is also functional interface, right? And it is extending a different functional interface. So we can extend number of functional interfaces, no problem at all. That is allowed. Okay. Functional interface can have method from object class. Is that allowed? Yes, perfectly allowed. If we see here, this is functional interface, and here we have toString method, right? And if we uncomment this, then no compile time error we will get because toString method is from object class. Okay, and it is perfectly allowed because superclass parent class of this interface is object class. Okay, and when loading the class, it load all the methods from object class, and if we override that one, then it will not treat as uh, abstract method. Okay, it will treat as normal method and it is from object class. So That is perfectly allowed. If we run this demo, then perfectly we will be able to get the output. Okay, no compile time error, no runtime error. Perfect. Then, what is the diamond problem with the default methods? This problem, diamond problem, arises with the default method only, because prior to default methods, we will have only, means before the Java 8, we have only abstract methods. So this diamond problem was not the case. But now, since in from Java 8, we are adding default method inside the interfaces. So let's say a class implements two interfaces. Let's say I will show you. Uh, let's close this interfaces. I will show you that. Okay, I will show you that demo. Let's say one class is there, payment. Okay, this is one interface, and online payment is another interface, and order service is one class, which is implementing payment and online payment interfaces. Then a class implement two interface. Order service is the class which is implementing two interfaces, payment interface and online payment interface. Both interface have same method signature. If we see payment method, it is having default void pay, and it is paying something, paying using cash. Okay, online payment, default void pay, same method signature is there, and it is paying using online. Okay, Java get confused about which method to call. Okay, here, if we don't override this one, okay, if we don't override this method here, what error we will get? Java is getting confused, right? Order service means this class inherits unrelated defaults for pay. Pay is the method from types, payment, and online payment. Means it is saying in payment and online payment, this pay method is there, and it is unrelated default method. You need to decide which interface method we need to implement. So we can implement any interface method it here. Okay, so we can say at the rate over at the rate override. We can say at the rate override and pay public void pay. So we can override the pay method, and which method we need to exactly call, that logic we can write inside this. So let's say we want payment method, right? Payment dot super dot pay. This method we need to call. Suppose we want method from payment interface, we can call this one. If we don't want method from payment interface, then, and suppose we want method from online payment interface, so we can implement that one. Online payment interface dot super dot pay. Even we can add both also. If we see here, right, we have added both, so both is also fine. Okay, but we should not add both in real time scenarios, real time cases. We should only implement only a single interface method. Let's say online payment method. Perfect. Okay. That is the case. Interface fields are by default public static final. Oh, okay. One question arises that can we add, you know, fields inside the interface? Let's say this is our person interface. This is age provided, and we have added this field here, right? So is it allowed or not? So we will not get any compile time error. We can add n number of fields, but those fields are by default public static final. Whatever field we add inside the interface, those are by default public static final. So those can be accessed using interface name. If we see here in public interface demo, how we have accessed the field, see, int max. Okay, we have added the access the field like this, And if we print the field max age, and here print max, here print max, okay, and run it. So we will get max age is 100. Okay, max age is 100. So that's it. Those are quite interesting interview questions for functional interface related thing. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and keep subscribe this one. Thank you.